Where you from? Like,
Country-wise.
Yeah.
Have a guess.
Iran.
Actually, I gave someone 4 multiple choice options earlier, and Iran was one of them. That's wrong.
Egypt.
No. You've got Turkey,
Uzbekistan.
Lebanon, and Afghanistan left.
Is that a real choice or is that just...
No, one of them's right.
I feel like you're Lebanese.
I'm Lebanese.
I was going to say Lebanese first, but I don't know why I said Egyptian.
You looked at me and that look, I felt it. You thought you bought a kebab off me in Dalston at 3
Edgware Road.
I felt it. I felt it. I saw the look. You're like, double halloumi.
Double halloumi.
Extra garlic. And I was like, yes, that was me. Because
It's official.
I'm moonlighting Wood Green.
I went to a Lebanese restaurant last night.
Which one?
Al Satin.
What do you mean, Al something? Do you know what that means in English? The. That's like me going the something.
It's like Al, it's like L.
Like Al Habib, Al something. Yeah.
It was on Edgware Road, so there's a bunch.
Al Balad.
Al Alad.
Al Balad? Balad? B-A-L-A-D.
No, they're the dons on the street. Because they've got one there and one right across the road.
Al Arez. A-R-E-Z.
Al Arez.
Yeah. We supply them. None of my parents work in the business.
Yeah. Sick.
Do you want some chickpeas?
I had some couscous yesterday. The couscous was raw.
Are we rolling?
We're bonding over fatouche.
I'm literally... Oh, you got fatouche yesterday?
I got fatouche a few days ago.
I'm literally selling Dizzee chickpeas right now.
Yeah,
It's actually kind of like... Selling? Well done. Hey, I'm giving you the chickpeas.
We're active, man. VIP.
We're going to talk Lebanese restaurants later because we're actually going to circle back to this one.
Yes, sir.
But 21 years on from the seminal album, Boy in the Corner, you're releasing your 8th studio album. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes, sir.
Don't take
it personal.
Come on, say no more. UK, Europe, there's going to be a tour. You're headlining festivals in Crystal Palace Park. I want to ask, from album 1 to album 8, what's the biggest difference?
About 20 years.
And what happened in those 21 years?
Fuck all. Just forget about it. Fuck it, let's go get a kebab. Fuck it, let's do what the I'm joking. What's the difference between that?
Do you feel like the same Dizzee? Let me rephrase that question.
I feel like an older, comfortable in my skin Dizzee, but just with the same enthusiasm in approaching the music as I did right at the beginning. Yeah. I've been through different phases in between, even up to the point where I stopped producing, like physically making beats myself. By the time like I had songs like Bonkers and Holiday and all that, I stopped. But with this one, I was back experimenting with different keyboards and sounds and modules and equipment and all that, and kind of reapproaching it just as a student again. Because
producer, the thing is, the mainstream knows rapper Dizzee, right? Everyone in the world knows rapper Dizzee. Producer Dizzee is a sick guy as well.
Yeah.
As in, like, I used to read stories that people like Benga and yourself used to produce like grind beats on like PlayStation 1 and Music 2000.
To be fair, do you know what it is? Music 2000 was like the first that I know of like loop.
Yeah, which able to give you that kind of loop.
Yeah, so I made beats on it, but not beats that I ended up pressing up and doing on radio. That was just like one of my first things, and that was DJing as well.
Yeah.
Well, the first beats I made were on like Cubase, really, like in school. Yeah.
Do you, like, would you say, so you were telling me now that you've got back into it now with the new album and you're producing a lot more. You produced parts of this album, I read as well.
Yeah, this time I produced, I'd say like just over half.
Are you getting your hands dirty with like Ableton, or you're actually just more like a Dr. Dre overseeing production?
Nah, I'm like I'm physical. Yeah. No, especially with Ableton, Splice, and then even just like I said, certain keyboards, like anyone knows keyboards, like the Hydrasynth, the Bass Station, Mini Nova, Proteus, all these different keyboards, and just having fun with it. It's more tactile, and as well as just other using samples, just with drum samples or whatever, and drum machines as well.
You said there was a period where you kind of maybe lost the hunger for it or stopped. Why did you stop?
Because by the time I had Dance With Me and Bonkers and all them massive tunes, I was like getting in with huge producers that kind of had their own sound, and I think after the second or the third album, I think I'd lost the hunger for it. It just didn't feel like I was making anything that was even exciting myself. So I just kind of stopped. I had a coffee on New Year's Eve. I had a double espresso for the first time in my life.
In your life?
I was slumped. Like, it was mad. It was only 9 o'clock as well, man. It was looking techie.
But why did it slump you? It's having the opposite effect.
No, I was slumped.
Oh.
And then I had the waitress said, you need to, I'm going to get you a double espresso. I said, yeah. And she took it. And after that, I was beaming all night.
But the thing is,
Get in.
that's why I don't drink though. I don't drink coffee because it's just, I drink alcohol. I don't drink coffee because it just sends me to another level. I get far too excited when you don't wanna be around me. I don't know about evil's heavy.
I think it's evil, mate.
Evil's heavy. Can you
Anything
talk me through
because you need to sleep, bruv. And anything that's stopping it and giving you a false sense of security and thinking that you don't need to sleep. What goes up must come down, my friend.
There you go. Philosophical. I'm going to take you
I'm
back.
philosophical every day.
I'm going back to when I was a teenager and we're talking about this pop phase because obviously we love you for the earlier stuff. We love you for all the stuff. Like, as in, to be honest, all of it brings together the package, which is Dizzee Rascal. It's all stuff which has come out of your head and your brain, and we like that. But I remember, so a lot of like British teenagers used to go to Newquay, right? And they used to go like camping and stuff like that, age 16, 17. And there was one club in Newquay, and for 7 days straight when we were there, every night you would hear, I wake up every day is a daydream.
Right.
And in the phone parties and stuff like that. I just remember it being probably one of the most iconic pop tracks of the time. Do you look at those tracks and are you extremely proud of them, or do you like your other stuff more? Like, what stuff would you say is internally mostly you?
No, I love that stuff, especially when it comes to live. But the crazy thing, yeah, is that at the time, yeah, those songs, they became, it's like I said earlier, like they became the sound of pop.
Yeah.
But they weren't. They were still, it was a gamble for me to do that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I wasn't in a situation, I was independent by that time. I wasn't signed to anyone. So it wasn't like how people would imagine. The label said, oh, come, we need a hit now. It wasn't like that.
So you say it was a gamble. Why did you take the gamble, and what was the gamble?
It started with Dance With Me. Yeah. So with Dance With Me, I actually got a beat from Groove Armada. I'd written to it, so I wrote the lyrics of Dance With Me, and then I took it to my manager and said, those are good lyrics, man, but I think you can get a better beat. And I was like, and I was already liked Calvin Harris, and I'd seen him at a Radio 1 Big Weekend or something like that, and I introduced myself to him and said that, yo, man, I really like what you're doing and all that, and I'd like to do something with you. He said, cool. So anyway, now I had this song that I'd written, and I thought, let me ask him for a beat. So that's why I got him involved. The tune got made, blah, blah, blah. Ended up going #1 for a month or whatever. But
which is ridiculous in itself.
Yeah, because it's crazy time.
You already had Fix Up Look Sharp at this point, which went #1 as well.
Nah, that's so crazy. But people think that Boy in the Corner, a lot of stuff on there.
Did Fix Up Look Sharp not get a #1?
I think it was like 15 or something, or 20 or something.
Really?
Like that. Yeah, Boy in the Corner was like number 23 in the charts.
Oh wow, sorry, apologies.
I Love You was like 30 or something like that. But just the impact. It's so crazy how the impact for things is sometimes bigger than chart position.
Yeah. But the impact of that track, I mean, we don't need to even speak about how much impact it had. I look at that phase and I just think you come from such a sparring environment, the grime genre. Did any of your boys like get onto you about you like venturing into those kind of genres?
Nah, because again, like I'm saying, it's not like, it wasn't even a genre.
It was genre bending, you could say.
It just I tried a thing, and it just became so big that it became pop. Even with Bonkers, it's not like house music or dance music sounded like that song at the time. You know what I'm saying?
How many MCs like you were spitting over that kind of beat? So there wasn't anything really before it, I think.
Nah, there've been a few people jumping on dance music.
Yeah, but in a different style. I think that sound was quite specific. That's why I think it blew up.
Exactly. Yeah, and by the time I didn't you can't just activate the pop button. You know what I mean? but when something's big, yeah, it looks like that. So that's when you know you smashed it, because people they see, well, you were doing that and now you're doing that, but they don't know that it's like, yeah, but like, you didn't know. You just go and watch the Dance With Me video. Did that look like a video that knew it was gonna be that?
Yeah, but however many years on now, you look at that video and because it was made like that, it's so iconic. It just feels like it's part of like UK history now.
But we were just trying a thing, like. We want a big budget for it, and
which is a message we want to send out to people. By the way, always try a thing.
Try a thing. Man.
Always try a thing.
Yeah.
And of course, I like ending the kind of interviews with a little game, something light-hearted. Yeah. And I just thought, I'm looking at your name, Dizzee Rascal. Right. Yeah. What a name. Firstly, congratulations again. In so many years, no one's given you the props lately. Dizzee Rascal, fantastic. So I dipped into the Oxford English Dictionary. Yeah. Okay, and I looked at rascal, and it just said a mischievous and cheeky person. Okay, and there was some sort of extra added meat. That's all I needed to make the game, because I'm just going to ask you in this segment the rascal questions. All right, the cheeky questions. Okay, and the first question is this: If you could give a name to your favourite kitchen appliance, what would it be?
How the fuck did you even come up with that?
If you're up here, you never want to leave.
You're destined to go places, my
Thank
brother.
you, bro.
You're
Thank you,
creative,
thank
man. You need to write a book or a movie or some
And
shit.
to-
You working on it?
I'm working on
I
everything.
figured. I'm actually gonna. I need to come up with a answer for that.
That's what I'd hope, yeah.
Yeah. If we're-
What, like when
Say
you're
it
in the
again.
kitchen, like if you could give a name to your favourite kitchen appliance, just you're in the kitchen, what's your favourite thing to use? What name would you give it? Like mine's Mickey the microwave. But then people tell me microwaves are bad for you. Everyone's talking about air fryers.
All out of the oven.
All I do.
It has to be oven though.
All at the oven.
Oven.
Big shout. All at the
Yeah,
oven.
I think so.
The West African flavours.
Yes.
That's so all at the oven. All right, perfect. That's exactly the sort of answer I was looking for.
We did it.
We did it. Oh no, you got 4 more questions.
Oh.
The rascal question.
Shit.
sorry.
Oh man, I fucking I don't think I'm equipped for this one.
You are equipped. Simple one, this one. Number 2, do you believe in aliens?
I went through my alien phase, you know, bro.
Now
I
we're
did
talking.
Sitchin,
Unpack it for me.
all Sitchin, all of that. Anunnaki, the lot. I smoked a lot of weed them times.
So teach me something, what you learned in the alien phase.
Alistair Crowley, all that shit. We look for, the aliens, the alien technology, fucking Oppenheimer, this, that. I went through that. Then I stopped smoking weed. And I was like, yeah. I did notice that, that guy come out end of last year saying, like, they basically released and exposed, like, there's aliens. And no one cared.
I think
Do you remember?
I think the thing is, I think this stuff, if aliens do exist, I have a feeling this sort of stuff would get swept under the carpet by the powers that be, governments and stuff, because I think the general public wouldn't be able to cope with that level of information.
No. Last year, it stopped being swept under the carpet.
Oh, it was a thing. So you looked this
the
up.
geezer went to do a bunch of interviews everywhere and said everything, and no one cared.
Was this in Mexico by any chance? Why am I pulling this out of my head?
That
Am I
happened
bugging?
too. But this guy's American guy, bruv. End of last year, it was all going, and no one gives a shit about aliens. No one cares.
We're gonna look it up after.
You know what? Because there's so much. A fucking 10-year-old could make a like fake video now. Like no one knows what's real. The other day during Miami talking that there was big black aliens in the mall, and there was a shooting and that. And then other people said, "No, there's a bunch of black boys having a fight outside." And it was all bad. There's 400 police cars down there, bruv. There's alien sightings everywhere, yeah, and there's cost of living crisis. People ain't got time, man. or whatever's going viral, that's what they care about.
So we're gonna say, listen, a lot of people can create alien kind of narratives, but to answer the question, do you believe in aliens? We both do.
I don't know anymore. I believed it more
when we were smoking weed.
And what this geezer said, yeah, is that a lot of the aliens, or the UFOs and that saying is not actually alien technology, it's actually advanced technology that we've got. That there's a government above the government or whatever that have developed this stuff, and it's anti-gravitational sort of, but it's not really anti-gravitational. There's a proper word for it. That's what he was saying, and the reason it's being kept under wraps because if people knew that there was a way to move vehicles without using fossil fuels and whatever the fuck else,
you are taking us down a rabbit.
That's what the geezer said.
Ultimately,
and guess what? No one cared.
No one cared.
That's what I'm saying.
Ultimately, what me and Dizzee want is we want answers. So if there are aliens,
I don't want answers anymore. I don't even care anymore. It doesn't matter if they're here. So what? At this point,
I'm going to put out so I would say I'm looking for answers. I'm going to put a call on YouTube. Aliens, if you have YouTube channels and stuff like that, please answer our questions. We spoke.
I don't want to talk to you, man.
Talk to me.
Leave me out of it.
I'll give Dizzee.
I don't smoke weed no more. I don't want to know.
Question number 3. What do you refuse to spend money on anymore? What's something you just don't want to spend money on anymore? It's a bit more pensive, this one.
That's a good question.
Again, I say thank you. I'm good at it.
It is. Well, I don't want to spend money on no more. Parking tickets, I should probably at some point it's got to stop, man. It's just,
but then the problem is if you don't pay it early enough, it starts doubling.
I've got to find another way. We need to just, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. And cars in general, probably.
Cars, you reckon?
Yeah.
Did you like cars when you were younger?
Nah, it's kind of like.
So what?
Maybe what do you call it? Midlife crisis kind of thing. Like, but I always say that if you're buying certain cars, it's where's the crisis?
But there's the midlife crisis a thing. Do you feel like you need something to feel young and you buy stuff to make you feel young? Is whether it's
you buy yourself to feel good.
Because you don't feel young, I'm assuming.
No,
I'm not saying you, I'm talking
I don't
generally.
know what that is. I don't know what that's about. The whole feeling young thing. I think it's just having ability. But then half the time, I think people saying people got a midlife crisis. I think they're just hating.
I hear that, to be honest. I hear that loudly.
Yeah.
I hear that loudly. It's like question number 4. What is an extremely weird food combination that you eat at home but no one really knows about? I can give you my example. I put salt on like sour apples. Like green apples, I put salt on them. It's so buff. I also put like Tabasco on carrots and just munch them, or any hot sauce I find at home. Just to give you a few examples of my bookie behaviour at home.
So sometimes I have crunchy nut cornflakes with Cocoa Pops and warm milk.
Why is that weird?
This interview's over, man. It's a habit. What's it called? I used to blems cereals when I was younger.
But why is that weird? Everyone does. I do that a lot.
Oh, it's not so weird.
A lot of people. Do you guys blend cereals? You've never blended two
weird.
cereals.
Oh, it's
blended
weird.
Marcus blends.
There's a blems
yeah,
out.
we got.
They don't blems. No blems in. No cereal. So that's that, innit? It's like, yeah.
Okay. No blended.
I don't know what other blems is I can think of.
The room's split, I feel. Half of you have blended cereals, half of you haven't. Question number 5, last but not least. What's the strangest profession, if you weren't doing rapping or music, what was the strangest profession you ever considered going into? Or even considered going into now?
I did a work experience at Topshop.
And
just before Boy in the Corner.
Yeah, and how was that? What did they have you doing?
You know what, to this day, I don't know how it was, because I did it, went away for the weekend, come back, and they just wouldn't let me in.
Why do you think that was?
I never got an answer. I just came back there, I was all ready for the thing, my feet was hurting for the shoes, I was standing up all day. I came in my shirt, and I said, oh, didn't they tell you that you're not coming back? I was like, oh.
That's nice.
Why? What's going on? No, you just they didn't even let me in the shop. Like, I wasn't even allowed in.
How many shifts did you do?
No, but I might have wanted to buy something. I wasn't even allowed in. I was only there for a week. The work experience is 2 weeks, isn't it? They just didn't let me in. The school no one told me. I just weren't allowed back in. Surrey Keys.
Did you do
Topshop?
The Surrey Keys Topshop? I don't even think
man.
Surrey Keys Topshop is even there anymore.
Oh, well. maybe if they would have fucking, let me finish the course, they'll still be up and running. Who knew? See? That's what happens.
Listen, that's what happens. You hear that? Last but not least, we did the Rascal questions. They're great answers, to be honest. I need to talk to you about the Lebanese food, the munch. What do you order?
Fatouche.
Fatouche.
Yeah.
So what else do you order? Fatouche is cold.
You listen, mate. Oh, is that what it means?
No, sorry. Fatouche is cold, as in like it's good.
Oh, good. Oh, nice. All right.
No, but it is
a
also,
cold dish.
It is also cold.
I figured it's a cold, right? Okay,
it is also cold.
Yeah.
There's 2 salads in like Lebanon. There's fatouche and there's tabbouleh.
I love a tabbouleh. I had tabbouleh today.
Did you actually?
Yeah, because the Greeks do it as well, innit? Like, it's a certificate.
But do you know what the trick is? Like, you have to really finely chop the parsley.
Yeah.
And like my mum is your favourite rapper's favourite rapper. Like, the other mums come to watch her chop parsley.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of lesson.
Yeah, nice.
And if you don't chop that parsley fine, the tabbouleh will not.
Just
tabbouleh.
forget about it.
Forget about it.
your tabbouleh. Yeah. Nah, so I actually had that today.
Had that today.
Yeah,
See, Lebanese munch a lot.
Yeah. And, well, I got it from a Greek place. I got it from...
Oh, wow, that's mad. So
Yeah.
you don't eat Lebanese, you eat Greek.
I don't know. I think there's a bit of crossover
There
between
must be
Mediterranean
crossover.
and...
There will be crossover, I'm sure.
But I love a shawarma. I remember the first time I had a shawarma in Edgware Road.
Come on.
So what is this? Oh my God. What is that?
The joy.
He was dripping everywhere. It doesn't matter.
Holding it like the World Cup.
He's rubbing it everywhere. And then you know, is that a pause moment?
That was definitely a pause moment.
That's my pause moment.
You were like this, saying it's dripping everywhere.
I forgot about that bit.
It's dripping everywhere.
See, that's why you have to put what's it called? Perspective is everything. Isn't
Oh
it?
my Lord!
I didn't see. This is me eating it. That's another pause moment. That's what, isn't it? It's just bare pause. I was enjoying the meat. Hey, we're keeping all of this. It's 2024.
Dizzee, I knew today was going to be banter, but
Wait.
literally.
Like Chris Bosh at the finals. Remember Chris
Miami Heat.
at the Heat, remember?
just out here with the champers looking like one bad bee.
Doing the most.
Just a bad
He forgot himself.
bee. Hey, Dizzee, I was going to ask a serious question to even finish this
Go ahead,
interview.
because there will be serious questions today.
My boy, it's been amazing talking to you, honestly.
Thank you,
I knew it was
brother.
going to be amazing.
No,
Let's end it with something serious, which is, what do you want from this album?
Oh yeah, I've got an album, haven't I? Yeah. Don't take it personal. I just want everyone to have a good time, vibes to it, listen to it in their car, in their yard, blaze it loud, respect the bass. Live with it, enjoy it, man.
Live with it,
and
enjoy it.
show it to your people then, man. Word of mouth.
Say no more. Dizzee Rascal in
sir.
the cut.
Come on, fam.
Brother, thank
Yeah.
you so much. One of the best I've ever done.
You're the only person I would even consider doing a podcast with. 100%.